show. There we go. Got it. Okay, so thank you guys for coming. Whenever Sean hit me up and asked if I wanted to show anything for the second anniversary, I was like, sure, but what's there going to be, like 10 people there? So the fact that all of you guys showed up and braved the COVID, thank you so much. And please give a round of applause to, I've never seen that, to Rodeo Cinema. And best, really, 100% the best, but also the only, small, independently owned art house cinema in Oklahoma City. And we need this place. Everybody needs this place.
Yes. You got to stand in the line.
Oh, right. Got it. I have a problem with that.
I thought the strobe, good intro.
Yeah, nice.
Come out to the strobe.
Cool. We're gonna do a little Q&A for a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
About this amazing film.
I'm pretty bad at this, but we'll. But since it's mostly my friends here, I think we'll be all right. They'll forgive me.
Yeah. I like it.
What do you got? You got anything for me?
Oh gosh, yes. When I first saw this, the first thing I thought was, where did you come up with the story? What was the genesis? Because I know you put together a lot of films every year, and I was just like, what triggered this?
Sure. So I make movies backwards.
Okay.
So we got the location first, and then I knew what actors I wanted to work with. So it was like, all right, we got this location, we got these actors. What can we do here? Those little 48-hour film festivals where they just kind of give you a word, and then they give you a prop, and then a name for the story or whatever. I essentially make movies like that.
Okay.
In that these are the things I have, so these are the things I'll make the movie out of. So it kind of was born from that.
That is actually, to me, almost a little more impressive that you just used kind of the tools that you had and wrote such a tale,
I wrote so many scripts that were never able to get made because I didn't write them according to what I had.
You couldn't get the stuff you wanted to make that kind of a script come to life that you worked with. I like that. It's was it, because this movie takes, it's horror, it's comedy, it kind of goes between everything. Did you?
Well, they're all comedies.
Yeah. I get that. But
they're always supposed to be comedies.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you got to throw some other things in to get people into the seats, and then they get there and they're like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah. And I guess not a downer question, but obviously 2020 was kind of a bum year for all the film festivals starting in March.
Well, luckily we had our premiere in Austin at Fantastic Fest in September of last year.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then Nashville. So I did get to have 3 screenings, full screenings.
Oh yeah.
And then COVID hit, and then it became an issue. All the other festivals after that kind of went online.
Yeah.
But it kind of worked out in our benefit because we got a lot more press that way because there was no competition. We weren't fighting over a bigger film time slot wise.
Yeah.
So a lot more critics were able to get their eyes on it. So
when you're making a film like this, do you have, because I know you're constantly working. Do you, when you're in the process of making something like this and you're dedicating yourself, are you even thinking about the next one? Do you have a stack of ideas of things that you can reach from to pull? I've always wanted to do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
This kind of thing.
Yeah, I've got 3 or 4 in the can. We're just kind of waiting to get made. And ultimately, I want to make a Vietnam movie.
Oh. Wouldn't have guessed that. I like it.
Yeah, I really want to make a Vietnam movie. I've got a really good story for it. I won't share it with you, but because I don't want no spoilers. Oh, they're all comedies. Of course it's a comedy. And then there's this Jesus movie that we've been talking about for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's straight up. It's about Jesus. It's called Jesus in 16mm.
Nice. I like it. That's great.
Yeah.
What was the name? Because I know you did another one, which I got to be.
The follow-up to this movie is called Agnes.
That one. I'm looking forward to that.
We shot that in January of this year, whereas we shot this in June. It's movie time is not like real time. We shot this movie in January of 2019, so and here we are, just now showing it in Oklahoma. You know what I mean? So who knows whenever we'll all get to watch Agnes. I'm interested to see it myself.
Yeah. How long? when you were, in the woods making this one, is it something that you guys kind of, do you get to film it all at once? I know you do it in different orders according
that
to
would be
script and
amazing.
stuff.
Of course, we always set out to do that.
To do it all at once. Like, I don't know if
shoot
you
the first scene and then shoot the last scene and then pack up and get out of there. But schedule-wise, it doesn't always work out like that. But we did as well as we could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of shot it in order.
How have you been taking the critical reaction to this one? I've been
Well, it's pretty good, so I'm fine.
That's what I mean. Yeah, with this film, I've seen a lot more. I mean, not saying than the other ones, but a lot.
Oh no, this has definitely been like
a lot of eyes
on this one more so than anything we've done prior. There's bad reviews and there's a lot of good reviews, so I'm good with it. I like all of them. I like the bad reviews too. Especially on the Letterboxd, which is this kind of site that just has nothing but audience reaction. And of course there's some just like half a star, 1 star, just like, this is garbage, I can't believe this is a disgrace to the film history. It's all about context of how you're watching it too, and and then we'll get really amazing reviews like the essay that was put out today that was just like fucking phenomenal. So like whenever that happens, it just I can take 20 bad reviews if I have one like that.
That's great. I like that. I will say for the first time, I just met you recently during the last 2 years with the cinema opening and everything. And getting to see that little documentary out there, I got to see, you back when you were a kid and stuff. And, I've heard stories from people that know you. I've talked to people about you. And getting to see that you were, in it from the beginning, since a little guy, always movies, always making stuff. That was awesome to me. I liked seeing that. Are people going to get to see that little documentary somewhere, places?
So basically, Alamo Drafthouse.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they have.
I've heard of them.
They are on their site, Alamo On Demand. They're going to have 6 movies that I made starting next month, and one of them I couldn't get one of the lead actors to sign off on it. He didn't want that movie to be that high profile. Okay. I won't say what it is or who it is.
Is he in this?
No, he's not even there anymore. But I respectfully, we didn't sign paperwork or anything, so I respectfully said I guess we can't. We can't do that movie. So I did. So I made this documentary, and the documentary is going on with the 6 movies. So that's why that documentary was made.
You said next month because I
believe it's next month. Yes.
That was pretty cool. And you just made that yourself with footage you have of you and everything
If I wasn't if I didn't make it, who was in it?
I like it.
Anyway, do you want to open up to audience questions?
I'll bring the mic
I
to
can't imagine
anybody.
you guys would have any questions, but
I'll bring the mic to anybody if they've got a question for you. I can hear you. I see a hand waving. I see some hands waving. Let's get somebody up there. We'll go over here this side and then over there. I know it's blinding, so I don't think you can see us at all. But here you go.
Mickey, I think
okay. I can tell you.
What's Ron?
I see it. I see now. I know. As soon as you said, "Hey, Mickey."
I think Bob Flugie should be nominated for the best, most awesome vampire in Oklahoma City.
Man, I thought all those vampires were amazing. He was great. He was great. We shot that scene at Junior's. I don't know if any of you guys have been to Junior's. I haven't eaten there. I've drank there. That was a really nice little location. That's whenever she's in the kind of the little dream sequence where she turns around and all those vampires are sitting at the table. Very first scene we shot. That's correct.
All right, we got another question over here.
What do you got?
So I was just wondering how you went about deciding about the music for the film, because I noticed it kind of went all over. It all fit, but it evoked different genres in the music as well. So I was curious about that.
Here's how I did it. There were 2. So I edited the movie with scratch tracks. So just like music that worked for me, that worked for the scene. That way it gives Nick Poss, who did the score, it gives him some reference of where to go on. So I used Childhood of a Leader soundtrack by Scott Walker, incidentally, and the Daughters of Darkness soundtrack. So I put both of them together, and then so all that was kind of like Nick's interpretation of the original score.
I kind of got a feeling from that Daughters of Darkness actually on some of that. Like
if we could have just remade Daughters of Darkness, we would have done that.
That's awesome.
That's what you got instead.
I loved it.
Does anybody else have a question they want to ask up there? All right.
Well, they're just all scattered out. Well,
Yeah.
Social distancing and whatnot.
That's right. Very good.
So I enjoyed the movie. I just was curious the mindset or what the thought was with the food, like presenting the food, like what they're. I just thought it was really strange, like breakaway from the storyline. So I just wondered what was.
Well, I'll tell you, it wasn't written into the script. Caitlin Shelby is our production designer, and she was, you know, we were set in the 70s, so she started making this awful 70s food, which was just going to be on the table. But I was like, this looks so good, we got to get a shot of every one of these meals. And then she would tell me what the meal was, you know, like full lobsters with diced yams. And I just loved the way her voice sounded doing it. I was just like, well, so I took her, me and Nick McDonald, the sound mixer, we took her into a room and had her do all the voiceover, and then kind of forgot about it, and then went to edit the movie, and I was like, oh yeah, I got all this stuff.
Does anybody else have any questions, any thoughts on the film they wanted to say?
No, good.
There we go.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thanks, Rodeo Cinema. Please keep doing it again. And yeah, I guess you will.
Thank you for making this movie and bringing it to us. I mean,
Of course, man.
I don't know where else you've shown it in Oklahoma.
We have not. This is the only place we've shown it in Oklahoma.
So we feel honored for that.
Of course, man.
We always like your stuff, man.
And I love you guys. And I hope you guys will tell your friends and come
Yes.
watch it whenever it's released in theaters
Yeah.
in a few months.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for all coming out.